What's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Captain Cody Davis here with you guys again for another one. And just wanted to hop on here real quick and refer you guys, talk to you guys, tell you guys about a guide trip that I take for myself each and every year that I just got back from. And it's something that I could not, and I want to, make sure you guys hear me on this. I could not recommend this trip to you guys enough. Um, so it might sound funny, me being a full-time guide, referring my customers slash YouTube viewers to another guide. But at the end of the day, I want whoever is contacting me to have the best experience possible with whatever type of fishing they're looking to go do. And if you are down here between the months of, we'll say like late March, if we have a warm winter, all the way through September, you can't help but have a great time experiencing this type of fishing with my good buddy Dale Ash, the Jupiter Snooker, over in around Jupiter, Florida. So here's the deal: I met Dale a number of years ago. He contacted me for a bass trip on Okeechobee. I did not know it was him until he showed up to the ramp. I followed him for years on Instagram. It was an awesome time. He crushed him on the lake. And at the end of the trip, I said, man, instead of paying me, let's just trade trip for trip every year. If that works for you, I'd love to come over there and experience what you're doing, see it firsthand. And he was all about it. I was kind of worried that he wouldn't take me simply because I run a flats slash bay style boat like he does. And, he followed me on social media as well. He knows that I am an avid snook fisherman, although I don't do too much in the backwater kind of lighter tackle deal. I'm more of a land-based bridge guy. That's where I cut my teeth snook fishing, and that's kind of my obsession. But I eat it up anytime I get to go fish what we'll call the backwater with lighter tackle and experience that type of fishing. But I am a local. He knows I'm a guide, so I was worried he was going to, that he wouldn't take me, but he did. And, I made it known to him that you'll never see me in your areas, your spots. If I am coming, if I do have there has been times since where customers have asked to go snook fishing on the coast. I've referred them to Dale, and he was booked. So then I take them, and I don't. It's just I stay out of his way. It's a respect thing, and I'm touching on that. We're going to touch on that in a minute at the end of this video. But guys, the biggest request I get from a lot of people that are looking to book trips is like, when can we catch them on top water on Okeechobee? And the answer is kind of every day, or it's day by day. It really depends. But if you are looking to experience the coolest top water fishing in the country, you got to book a trip with Dale. Like I said, I don't know if I already said it, during the warmer months, like April through September, it is just an all-out awesome time. And this dude is dialed. I mean, he's dialed. I've been snook fishing my entire life, and I've learned so much just by the way snook behave, the way that they move, how much they move, just their patterns and what they do on a daily basis. It's really fascinating just because of the style Dale does. It's mainly your sight fishing snook with top water plugs, and I'm not talking about snook. I mean, I'm talking, 15 to 30 pound fish from, I don't know, say, well, as small as they get, all the way up to 40, 44 inches in length, eating top water plugs on 4,000 spinners. It is it's awesome. I can't put it into words, and it gets dumber every year I go. He's got a few techniques and a few little sneaky things he does, and it's going to all work to your benefit as an angler. What you get here's the deal. I tried to get some clips from some of our past trips to plug here on this channel, but do yourself something better. Just look him up on Facebook or Instagram. I think he has some more content on there. Jupiter Snooker, and just scroll through those clips and those videos. Here's the thing that's so cool about with Dale. First of all, he's an awesome guy. He's very quiet. He doesn't talk nearly as much as me, which a lot of you guys might enjoy. But when it happens, like when they start acting right and they start eating, he is so fired up. I mean, but you can't help but being fired up with what you get to experience on the water. And this is the thing. It's one of those deals where like our trip, it was, our last trip just a couple days ago, we get in the boat, we run to this spot, he power pulls down, and he was like, they're there. And my first cast, I legitimately had like a 40-inch fish blow the bait 3 feet in the air. It hit the water. He ate it again and missed them. And it's like, I hate to say this, and maybe it's because I myself have caught, I don't know how many snook in my life, but my trip was made right there. I didn't even have to even catch the fish. Just the seeing that fish eat the plug. Now, granted, I think we caught in one day, in one morning, I know I caught about a 36-incher, a 34-incher, a 40-incher, and like a 26-incher. Obviously, he doesn't typically fish on trips, but with me, I tell him, you're picking a rod up. I think he caught a slot-sized fish. He lost two absolute dinosaurs. So it's not like you're going there and working for one bite. I mean, you're going to get multiple shots at these fish, and they aren't easy to catch. Okay, they are very educated. They're very smart, but you just have to be, if you are an experienced angler, and don't lie to yourself, and make sure that you can make pinpoint casts, you can be accurate, you're very experienced at walking a bait as far as like a big spook style bait, and you just got to be able to follow directions. Dale stares at these fish every day. He's very good at reading their body language as to what they want in that bait at the moment. Now, I feel like I'm very experienced with that, but he's next level. I mean, there's times where I would in my head, I'm thinking I would do this with the bait to make the fish eat, and he'll tell me to do the complete opposite, and the fish will commit. So you just have to be able to pay attention. You got to be able to make last minute, changes on your cast or what have you, and you just got to be able to listen, and he will literally walk you through to get these bites. And it's just an awesome time, and what you get to see, like as far as the bite, as far as what you're physically looking at, if you have clear water conditions in front of the boat, is just to see these logs, these 25-pound, 20-pound snook just rolling to you like herds of buffalo. It's crazy. And here's the deal. I'm gonna throw this out there. If you are a local, I'm not gonna speak for him. You call. He may be a little hesitant on taking you. I don't know. Basically because the areas he's fishing are not big. Okay. And we talk about this on every trip and how it's hard. Like I take a lot of locals. Okay. I do. And I get not reamed, but I get a lot of funny looks on Okeechobee when I take local anglers out often. And I'll have people say, man, he fishes in a bass club around here. And you're taking him to your spots. There are no secret spots on Lake Okeechobee. There are no secrets. Okay, it's where, and it's not as much where as it is when. And there are a ton of different factors that go into Okeechobee, and there are, it's constantly changing, right? Areas disappear, areas overgrow, everything's constantly changing. So you could take someone somewhere on a Saturday and then go back there Wednesday and never get a bite. Whereas with Dale, okay, his spots aren't changing. His spots have been like that for 20 years. And it's not a big area. Okay, it's big, but it's not overly big. And due to social media and him promoting his business, his area has shrunk due to fishing pressure. And what sets him apart is also there could be 8 or 9 boats in front of you on Okeechobee, and you can go behind them and catch big fish behind them. Whereas with what he's doing, if you have boats in the area, spot, or stretch that he's fishing, they'll spook. Okay, the fish will move, obviously, that they'll get educated. So I tell him every time, I'm like, I don't know how you do that. Like, I don't know how you stay this consistent with this many people stealing your stuff. And he tells me, yes, people lie, they borrow phones, call from out of state numbers, book them, and then 2 days later he shows up and they're all sitting on his spot. So if you are a local, he, I mean, if he does take you, do the right thing. This is this guy's livelihood. This is his full-time job. This is his business, how he feeds his family. Be respectful and don't take because you have a flats boat and you purchased a trip with him and you had success. Don't go back to his spot. Don't go back and spot Steve. Just don't do that. That drives me nuts. And it's something that he does experience, but he works around. And at the end of the day, like I said, those people may not even be able to catch those same fish without him, but they're in the way. They're moving the fish. They're disrupting the fish's patterns, and it's making it more difficult for him. But what I want to highlight here is when you look at his social media, this trip is as advertised. Like, you experience that same stuff on the water in real time. Like, a lot of times you're looking at all this footage and you're like, yeah, but that might have just been a good week of filming. I mean, every time I've gone with him, I've experienced those things. Now, you're fishing for a giant, very strong fish. A lot of people that bass fish have never caught a snook. And for some reason, bass guys feel like snook fight as hard as bass do. It's a whole different animal, and how strong these fish are will blow your mind, especially on this lighter tackle that he's using. So you're not going to land everything. They'll fray you off. They'll break you off in a dock. They're very good at spitting hooks and avoiding hooks altogether. It'll amaze you how hard they'll hit this plug and not get any hardware in their face. But the bites and just the whole experience is something that I could not recommend to you guys enough to go. If you're coming to Okeechobee in the warmer months, you might as well try to get a trip in with him and experience it. It's just an awesome, awesome time. He did not ask me to make this video. He doesn't even know I'm making this video. He did, and he's not struggling for business at all. He's done many photo shoots, TV shows. I'm just referring you guys to him. It's just an awesome time, and you're gonna love it, especially if you are a avid topwater angler. So I'll put his information in the description below. Feel free to text him. I doubt you're gonna get in this month or next month. You got the mullet run coming up, okay, in like mid-September through mid-October. He does get in on that as well. You can experience some awesome fishing. So you could, but once it starts getting colder, the big topwater stuff kind of goes away. But get dates in for next year. All right. He is very busy. He is, it's because it is kind of a niche deal. So don't be afraid to call and get a deposit in and secure a spot for next year. But look him up on Facebook. Look him up on Instagram. The footage is insane. It speaks for itself, and that is truly it is as advertised in person. So I just wanted to refer you guys to that. I feel like everyone should take that trip because I look forward to it each and every year, and I can't wait to go back. So that's it. I'm going to restart this camera, make another video, but I will see you guys then on the next one. Tight lines.